Wow, a shiny proof holder has arrived. Oh, I'm so used to it again. Hey Reimu, it looks like you're already enjoying the Indigo disc. Hey Marissa, I is truly an amazing DLC. It's easier to obtain Terra pieces, and there's more, including the evidence charm and improved lock-on function. You can also mass-produce as many decorative balls as you want using the tool printer. But the problem is that collecting BP is hard. Well, I'll help you later. Really? Yay. By the way, has Reimu done everything she can with the Indigo disc? Huh? I defeated the 4 Heavenly Kings and Suguri, and I also got Terrapagos. I've seen the DLC end credits too, so I think I've done it all. Actually, there are a lot of elements that are added after you clear the Indigo disc. Besides that, there are some little details hidden that you might not notice while playing. There's some useful information out there that you should know about. Huh? Is that so? Tell me right now. So, this time, we'll be looking at the Pokémon SVDLC Zero's Treasure Part 2, Indigo Disc. I'll introduce you to 12 hidden elements that you might not notice. Even if you think you've played everything, check this out to see if you've missed anything. Even if you've just finished the game, enjoy it. Terrarium Core. First, let's talk about the sphere on the ceiling of the Terrarium Dome, the Terrarium Core. That mirror ball thing, there's a substance related to Terrastal dissolved in it. Inside the dome, you can use the Terrastal Orb and wild Terrastal Pokémon will appear. It was explained in the story that it's managed by Briar, a teacher at Blueberry Academy. That's definitely what he said. The Terrarium Core actually changes color depending on how the story progresses. That's right, I thought there was something strange about it. There are currently 3 confirmed core colors, white, green and rainbow colors. The conditions are, blue mask not yet cleared, and, blue mask cleared, respectively. And it seems to say, after clearing both blue mask and blue disc. I see, but I wonder what would happen if I cleared the Indigo disc first. Ah, so you can't progress in the second part of the story unless you clear the first part first. Certainly, the story would not add up. In the first part, the water from the terrace pond on Onigayama was added, and in the second part, the crystals from the Zero Cavity were added. The color of the core has also changed. If you think so, it matches the criteria. Furthermore, this core has a secret. After clearing it, you can unlock the ride technique, flying. I flew up to the terrarium core on the dome ceiling. Amazingly, there's an item lying on top of the core. Huh, is that so? Ah, 50 Terrapis Stellas, a gold crown, and a special ability patch. They're all valuable items, so don't forget to pick them up. Now I can turn my favorite Pokémon into a stellar type. Hidden area of the Great Cavern. Next, let's introduce the area we headed to investigate in Terrapagos, the Great Cavern of Zero. So what exactly were Terrastar and Paradox Pokémon? Well, let's put that aside for now. Actually, there is a hidden area in the Zero Cavern that you don't visit during the story. Is that so? The area where the third crystal was located, which disappears when you defeat a stellar-type Pokémon. I think there's a big crystal wall on the right there. Above that there is another crystal blocking the path. So that means there's another Stella Pokémon? Ah, the location is quite hard to find. As soon as you enter the spiral passage, there are crystals growing on the wall to your right. There's a hidden passage behind it. So, it's in a place like that. It's a bit difficult to go further in, but there's a stellar-type Gabrielle at the back. Defeating it will unlock a path above the crystal wall. There are a ton of Terra pieces scattered in the back, so if you haven't seen it yet, be sure to check it out. Oh, it's just items dropping. I thought for sure there was a hidden mystery. Well, there are still many mysteries surrounding Area Zero. The DLC Zero Treasure, Banban Edition, is scheduled to be released in mid-January. Maybe the mystery will be solved there. There's more to come? It's about visiting Kitakami Village with Nemo, Pepper, and Button. More details will be announced little by little from now on, so be sure to check the official information. This is going to be fun in January. I'll bring Ogerpon to the second part. Next up is the signature Pokémon from the first half of the DLC, Blue Mask, Ogerpon. Ogerpon is so cute, but it's turning into fertilizer for the box. Oh my, that's a shame. Ogerpon has high attack power, a wide range of moves, and the ability to change types by using a mask. It's a Pokémon with a wide variety of moves. You can also fully demonstrate your abilities at Blueberry Academy. That's true, but on the other hand I'm worried about how to raise them. That's true, you just have to try different things and find what you like. Now, as for Ogerpon, in the second part, when he goes up against a certain trainer, you can see the special reactions. A certain trainer? The trainers are Zeal and the Burberry champion, Suguri. Ah, we had an adventure together with Ogerpon in Kitakami. In particular, Suguru's reaction to the complicated situation involving Ogerpon is worth seeing. But the players who go out of their way to bring out Ogerpon in the battle against Suguri are also bad. I think it's a bit strange for the developers to even prepare a proper response. Well, there are some voices here and they're asking how currents are handled. For me, the story of Suguri growing despite her problems throughout the first and second parts of the DLC is. I think I was shown something good. Synchronized machine. Next, let's talk about the Synchro Machine feature that can only be used with the Terrarium Dome. That's right, you can control your favorite Pokémon. It's a machine that fans of the past have long dreamed of. Now, you can get a tutorial from the students in white coats in Center Square. Actually, there are a lot of specifications that are not explained in the tutorial. That's right. First of all, there are three main types of transportation: land, floating, and underwater. The type is determined by the type of Pokémon. There are some Pokémon that fit into multiple or even all three types. Each Pokémon has a different means of transportation. There are also various other differences, such as the terrain you can enter depending on your movement speed and size. Also, the motion, in other words the movement of the 3D model, is quite elaborate. Some of them are unique, like the swimming motions of Blastoise and Palkia. Wow, I want to try so many different things. Personally, I recommend synchronizing with Nook Jellyfish or Lugia. Also, the tutorial only explains how to move and attack. You can defeat wild Pokémon by just moving and touching them without pressing the attack button. Also, if you are synchronized with a floating type, you can switch to ground movement by pressing the B button. You can also press the X button to see the standby motion. That's right, attack motions are also prepared for each movement type. Some Pokémon even have multiple standby motions. Ogerpon in particular has a wide variety of motions, so it's definitely worth a look. Each mask has a different motion. I'll try taking him around later. The Synchro Machine is also suitable for collecting lost items, which tend to be in short supply with tool printers. Be careful, though, because if you touch a shiny Pokémon, it will knock you out without question. There is a website that provides detailed information about synchronized machines. If you're interested, check it out. Canyon area. Next, I'll show you where the canyon area is located inside the Terrarium Dome. What place is that? There's a terrain like this on the high ground to the south. It bears a striking resemblance to a certain location that appeared in a previous work. I see. What kind of place is it? This is it, a place called Nature Reserve, that appeared in BW2. It's a place you can go to if you provisionally register all of the BW2 Unova Pokédex items. You can see that the shape of the ponds and sandy areas, and even the way the river flows, are very similar. Really, it's the same. In BW2's Sanctuary, a shiny Honedge appears as a fixed symbol. In the Indigo Disk, a stellar type Onyx will appear. BW2 is set in the Unova region, just like Blueberry Academy. I wonder if there's some connection between these two places. I don't know yet, and it may just be a part of the fan service. In the Indigo Disk, the fossil Pokémon Zubats and Scythers exist here. In the smartphone app game, Pokémon Masters X, the blue disc was released just before. Kyohei, a Neo champion with a toad from the Nature Reserve, has been implemented. I don't sense any intention. The BGM is also mostly arrangements from BW. There may be some more BW-related developments in the future. In Legends Arceus, the circumstances that led Nobori to the Jade region remain a mystery. I wonder what that was exactly. Birthplace of the four heavenly kings of Burbrig. Since we're talking about BW, let's next introduce the birthplace of the Bulbrig 4. Huh? Was there such information? This is because when you challenge the four heavenly kings of Burubarig, their locations are displayed on the map. You can see more information about each one by looking at their icons on the map. It seems like you'll be able to find out the gym leader's type and strength in the main story. For some reason it also lists the hometowns of each of the four heavenly kings. For those who are not familiar with the Unova region, let's introduce each place one by one. First up is Taro, a fairy-type user, who hails from Raymond City. Limon City is an entertainment city with amusement parks and stadiums. The gym leader was a model named Kamichur, who uses electric types. What a cool lady. He's cool, but he also has a playful side, he likes puns. You can also challenge the Battle Subway, which can be considered the successor to the Battle Tower. Plus, there was a Ferris wheel event that some people might find most memorable. After battling an NPC trainer in front of the Ferris wheel, the two of them go on the wheel together. It's not an exciting event like a dating game. Is there a problem? I won't go into detail about this one. I'm curious about the opposite. Next up is Akamatsu, a fire-type user. He's from Tachiwaki City, a port town that appeared in BW2, with a petrochemical complex on the southern outskirts. Since Pokémon such as Bulbasaur appear there, it is thought that his Bulbasaur may be from there. Some players are speculating. It's fun to imagine those kinds of backgrounds. The gym leader was a musician named Homika who used poison types. Although it is a low level, it has high stats, so some people may have had a hard time. A uniquely designed girl, she has a surprisingly straightforward personality, so she's been pretty popular since then. In addition, in the northern part of Tachiwaki City, there is one of the contents unique to BW2. Pokewood exists. I feel like I've heard that somewhere. The content is about filming a movie while battling Pokemon. This was a battle based on a theme, and some of the challenges were quite difficult. Looks so much fun. I can shoot movies in various genres, but some of them have quite dark content. It includes movie references that people in their teens and 20s wouldn't understand at the time. It was full of Game Freak's mischief, both in a good and bad way. Next up is Narine, a Steel-type user from Hune City. The largest city in the Unova region, it is home to a battle company and a sightseeing boat dock. It's a place with a variety of facilities. The gym leader was the artist Artie, who is a bug-type user. There's also a bug-type gym leader in Paludare called Kaide. Pastry chefs are also sometimes considered artists, so the two have a lot in common. There is also a cafe called A Coin no Charade in Hune City. In BW2, if you brought Meloetta along you could see special events. Furthermore, the guitarist's words here are a hint as to where you'll meet Meloetta on the Indigo disc. Huh? I'd never know that. It's amazing that someone noticed this. Finally, there's Kakitsubata, a dragon-type user, who hails from Soryu City. Soryu City is a strange town that looks different depending on the version. Wow, what a difference black and white makes. The gym leaders were also different, Shagger in black and Iris in white. Later in BW2, both were unified as Shagger, but they both use dragon types. Could it have something to do with the fact that Iris uses dragon types? In fact, the information that Shagger is his grandfather appears in the story of Indigo Disc. That's right, it seems like there is some conflict between Iris, Shagga, and Iris. There are still many parts that are merely speculation, so I won't go into too much detail here. If you're interested, please check it out. Special lecturers available to the League. This time, after clearing I's disc, you can invite her to the League Club Room. Introducing our special lecturers. That's right, I haven't called him yet because it would cost precious BP to call him. Well, I guess a lot of people are investing in printers first. There are various benefits to inviting a special lecturer like that. I see, I wonder what there is. The first thing you can do is Pokemon battle. I think you can invite gym leaders at first, and then you can rebattle them. Some of the Pokemon in his arsenal have been updated, and he'll also be bringing out some Pokemon that appear in the Indigo disc. It's gotten even stronger since clearing the main story. If you win this battle, you may receive a special item. Also, special lecturers can be invited as many times as BP allows. If you call and interact with them 3 times, you can even trade Pokemon. That's right, they each offer up Pokemon that are related to them in exchange. The Pokemon is a premium item with a special ribbon or nickname. For example, you can get coils in exchange from Nanhamo. When you send it into battle, its name becomes Nanhamo Coil. Wow, I definitely want that. Oh, can I offer any Pokemon in trade? Basically anything is fine, but shiny Pokemon and Pokemon that you don't own are out of the question. I see, it's better to prepare Pokemon to trade in advance. At first, only gym leaders can be invited as special lecturers. By trading Pokemon with various instructors, more and more will be unlocked. You can even summon Paldea Academy instructors, the 4 Heavenly Kings, and top champions. So I can meet Chili-chan again? Yay, Chili is very popular everywhere. Also, you can invite up to 2 special lecturers at the same time. Depending on the combination, you can hear special conversations. If you have the BP to spare, I recommend trying out different combinations. When you say that, it makes me want to invite you too. Maybe I'll hold off on the printer for a while. As an added bonus, the 4 Heavenly Kings of Burberry will also appear in the league on a daily basis. You can also battle and trade Pokemon with special instructors. Also, depending on the invited lecturer, you may be able to hear their unique conversations, so be sure to check it out. If you interact with many characters, you might even be given the right to challenge the underboss. The secret boss. I wonder who he is. Terrace Pond after clearing the stage. As a bonus after clearing the Indigo disc, next I'll introduce the Terrace Pond in Kitakami Village. Is there something over there? As soon as we arrived at the Zero Cavern, I checked the desk that Professor Breyer had looked at. Actually, there is a hidden note like this. That's a very meaningful note. The eastern lands, the smell of sulfur, high places, and ponds. From these words, we can guess that this refers to the Terrace Pond on Onigayama. I see, but a white book from a child. Speaking of the white book, didn't Reimu also receive it right after completing the game? That's the book that Professor Breyer gave me. So that means the child is the main character. Yes, If you visit the terrace pond with the book in hand, an event will start. Terrapagos emerges from the ball and the area becomes covered in mist. You can actually meet Dr. Oram in Scarlet and Dr. Futu in Violet. What? But didn't the Doctor already die in the main story? Immediately afterwards, the Doctor speculates that it transcends time and space. I think Terrapagos probably distorted space-time, and the Doctor was called to life. Terrapagos is a pretty amazing Pokémon. Well, at this event we'll be hearing a lot of interesting things from the Doctor. Even with that in mind, there are many mysteries, contradictions, and paradoxes surrounding Area Zero. Huh? Still, the mystery isn't solved. Well, as I said before, we may find out something new in the January special edition. As an added bonus, there are people who have speculated on this paradox in various ways. If anyone is interested, check it out. School Stars. Next, I'll tell you about a certain star group event. What? There was even a star team event. I didn't realize that. This is Orange Academy or Grape Academy after clearing the main story of the Indigo Disc. You can proceed by talking to Team Star in the entrance hall. I need to go back to my alma mater. After the event with the professor I mentioned earlier, you're returned to the title screen. When you load the game, you start in your room at your alma mater, so I'm sure many people noticed that. You should talk to the Star Gang at the entrance. Huh? I can't find Star Gang anywhere. Ah, I think there is an unfamiliar student on the left-hand side as you enter the entrance. Ah, these two. Wait, what? I want you to see for yourself what it really is. The content of the event was to hold a study session with the Star Corps executive students. This is a must-see for fans of Star Group, as you can see their personalities. Shumai of Marine Town. Let me introduce another Star Group-related event. After completing the study event, visit the market in Marinard Town. Shumai, one of the Star Gang executives, will be making an appearance. Yes, but what exactly are they doing? I think you know that Shumai was in charge of costumes for Star Group. You can actually buy Shumai's new costume at the Marinade auction. Selling my own merchandise, just like a doujinshi artist. Ah, but Shumai seems like someone who would do it. The costumes available for purchase are based on those that appeared in previous Pokemon series. Prices start at 100,000 yen each, so be sure to have some extra cash when purchasing. If it's the same price as a luxury item, Shumai will be pretty bold. Moreover, he himself said that this was an original work that he received a prophecy about in a dream. I wonder if this will cause problems later. Well, if you didn't know it was an existing design, it can't be helped. Maybe this is also a hint at something. Does that mean the dream is connected to the Pokemon world from previous games? In BW, you can play in parallel worlds, or worlds with different versions, by connecting to the internet. In the past, there was also a service that allowed you to visit the dream world of Pokemon. There are a lot of reminiscent elements. I see. Now that you mention it, it does seem like a hint. Well, I think I'm overthinking it and it's just something for fans of the old days. Ditto block. Next, let me introduce some elements that could be considered a little cruel. Huh? Was there such an unreasonable element? Ah, no wonder Reimu doesn't know yet. This is one of the circle missions in the multiplayer version of Bulrik. You have to search for blocks in a designated area that Ditto has transformed into. There are some themes that are only available in multiplayer. This is what the Ditto block looks like. It's all light purple and has a face reflected in it. Wow, so cute. If you look closely, you'll notice that the first problem is that it can be easily confused with other blocks. But what's even more cruel is the way it's hidden. The top of high places where blocks are piled up, behind slopes and walls that are easy to miss. Finally, there are a lot of blocks on the border between areas. There might be a Ditto block hiding there too, so it's annoying. Yeah, but from what I've heard it sounds like it would still be fun. I guess it would be fun once or twice. The problem is when I'm going around Burrick to collect BP. This circle mission appears many times. Oh, that might be really annoying. Of course, the BP you get is set high, but it still takes time to complete. Doing a lot of normal missions will be more efficient in terms of BP. Also, if you find a mission too difficult, you can change it by paying a small amount of BP. Circle missions can't be deleted unless you disband the circle first. Giving up is an option, but it's going to take a lot of work. That's why Ditto block missions tend to be disliked. In particular, in the polar area, where it is difficult to find the original block location. Center Square, where you have to search through a bunch of blocks, is unpopular. Well, I have explained about Ditto block at length. I haven't revealed the most important hidden element yet. Well, is there still something? That's right, there are cases where a shiny Ditto will appear. A shiny Ditto? I'd like to see one. In the case of different colors, it is still blue even in the block state like this. This is easy to understand. However, this specification also causes problems. After clearing the game, you can get snacks from the snack man. You can meet and catch legendary Pokémon from the past. It has a blocking routine that prevents shiny Pokémon from appearing. That's right, I haven't met him yet so I don't know. Legendary Pokémon are set up so that shiny ones don't appear. Shiny Ditto blocks do appear, which is pretty pointless. This was seen as a kind of provocation, and some players were unable to hide their anger. That's a bit sad. I guess it's inevitable due to the specifications of the symbol encounters in this game. If you really want to get a shiny legendary Pokémon, currently you need to catch them in the previous Usum or Sword and Shield DLC and then go through home. At the moment, it's impossible to get a shiny legendary from Paldea. But I'd like to try looking for Ditto blocks at least once. Well, I'll form a group later, and we'll experience Ditto Hell together. Oh, please be gentle. The school's strongest tournament after the Indigo Disc. Finally, this may be a cruel element for some people. That's how we strengthen the strongest school tournament. So even places like that change. This will be automatically strengthened if you complete the Indigo Disc storyline. There was no announcement in the story, so many people probably didn't notice. But why is that cruel again? The difficulty level of this enhanced school tournament is not that high. If you challenge it with a well-trained Pokémon, you should be able to clear it with ease. By the way, Reimu, do you know the term, money-making Nymphia? I've heard of it but I don't know the details. Before the release of the second DLC, we prepared a fairy skin Nymphia that specializes in special attacks. Just give him a talisman and a hyper voice and leave him alone with a rapid fire controller. The main focus of the game was to complete the money-making process. However, after the second part was released, the strongest school tournament was strengthened. This method of making money became unstable, and many players started complaining about it. Ah, I see. It was an efficient way to do things in today's society where it's hard to find time for yourself. Well, the developers probably weren't too happy about it. However, nowadays, a method has been established that allows stable rotation even after strengthening. Apparently the one we're recommending right now is White Kyurem with the focus glasses. It's difficult to obtain, so it's a bit of a challenge. I think the term, money-making White Kyurem, will become popular soon. Although you can't hold the Omamori Koban, the reward money you can receive has increased. For those who were disappointed by the money-making Nymphia nerf, rest assured for now. Summary. This concludes my introduction to the hidden elements of the Indigo Disc that you may not have noticed before. There were quite a lot of hidden elements. I'll have to collect them all later. Well, there's still some time until the release of Zero no Ho-Ho Extra Edition. Raids and mass outbreak events are also held frequently. I think it's best to take it easy and enjoy it slowly. That's true. Let's take a look at the mass outbreak event first. Well, there are probably many more elements that we haven't noticed yet besides the ones we introduced this time. If anyone knows any other hidden features, please let me know in the comments. If you found this video interesting, please subscribe and rate it. Okay then, thank you for watching.